Everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's topic is about lasting power of attorney, short form LPA. So this is like the last few parts of my estate planning series. So I have created this like estate planning series where I share all about estate planning, all about legacy planning, as well as will writing. I also provided a will writing template. Okay, so this is almost the last of the series. I don't think there will be more, but maybe there might be more, but okay, so this is the last of the series. Yeah, so let's go. Okay, so here's the start. Lasting power of attorney, what exactly is it, why do you need it, and how do you actually apply for it? Okay, so next slide. LPA, what is it? Can it one or not? Nope. So actually LPA is a legal document that allows any person who is at least 21 years old to voluntarily appoint one or more person to be donors to make decisions on his or her behalf if he loses mental capacity one day. So one day maybe you get dementia, you get banged by a car, or maybe you just I don't know, just one day your brain not functioning anymore, then who is the one that you want to act in your capacity for your personal welfare or property and affair matters lah. Okay, so what's the benefits of LPA? It helps a person to make personal considered choice on a trusted decision maker. Okay, so it must be someone reliable and competent. Okay, so you don't actually, like, let's say you really trust your spouse a lot, but then your spouse, right, has a terrible way of handling money. So please do not nominate this person as your donee, like, even though you trust the person a lot. Okay, sometimes it might be better to get a professional donee as well. So you don't only got choices of like people who are of your family or whoever. You can actually appoint a professional donee, but of course that one costs more money and it's different from what I'm sharing today lah. So what I'm sharing today is you already have that trusted person and you want to make LPA based on this trusted person. Okay, so this alleviates stress and difficulties faced by loved ones. Okay, so normally when you are losing a mental capacity, it's like you need a lot of medical bills, a lot of money, all this thing, right? So who can come and take the money from you to go and pay for all these medical bills, that kind of thing. Okay, so usually when you lose mental capacity, your loved ones need to apply for this thing called the deputyship order. So this process can be very long and strenuous on your loved ones lah. Yeah. Okay, so what are the benefits of LPA is to protect the donor's interest during his lifetime. So will is like after you're dead, right? So actually lasting power of attorney is more important than a will, because LPA is like when you are still alive. When you're still alive, you still need all these things. So it's in my opinion, it's more important than will lah. So let's say you really hate your spouse or whatever, but you never divorce your spouse, right? You know, if you actually lose mental capacity, your spouse can take over all your like all these things just because they apply for deputyship, that kind of thing. But if you actually make a LPA, right, only the person in your LPA can help you make these decisions. Okay, so protect the family from strenuous court processes like I mentioned. Appoint a donee of your choice and not like based on like relationships, or just maybe you really hate your kid or whatever, but they can still take over this deputyship, that kind of thing. Okay, start caring for the donor quicker, less administrative process. Also have the option of appointing professional donees like I mentioned. Okay, so registering for LPA is actually a very convenient and affordable option. I will share how affordable it is. Okay, so these are some reasons I found on the CPF website on why people decide to make the LPA. So yeah, so you lose mental capacity, you know, assess your savings, need to go for tedious process. Okay, and also some people say that LPA more important than will because it directly affects personal welfare when you are alive, not when you are dead. Like some people think, I die already, I don't care, but you lose mental capacity, you are still there. Maybe sometimes like stroke, you cannot really express yourself and all these things, but that's not mental lah. Okay, so mental capacity usually due to dementia lah. Okay, yeah. Okay, so will only kicks in upon the person's death, but well, LPA comes into effect when the person is alive but lost mental capacity. So it's sort of like a will, but it's before you are dead lah. Yeah. Okay, so these are some of the questions that can happen if you don't have a LPA, and then what will happen so can rise to dispute, like for example spouse not getting along with your children, then they keep arguing who is the one who take charge of all this, and then takes up a lot of time and effort and waste of I mean it also leads to disputes lah. So mentally, financially and emotionally all stressful. So instead of you just straight away appointing the person that you like lah. Okay, so yeah, these are some of the examples also. If you did not have LPA, what can the people do? So they can take the money that you have, but it's not in bank accounts, only like the money that you like maybe put in your wallet or that kind of thing. Yeah, so I mean in such cases it's like might not be much money that your family members can take control of, so it might not be very meaningful, so it would be better to actually get LPA lah. Okay, so these are the processes that people can use to file a deputyship if a person does not have a LPA. So depends on whether you are going for the standard process or simplified process. Now most people go for simplified process because they don't need to use so much of the patient fund. So depends on the actual illness of the person. So the illness of the person, if it takes up much more money, then we'll need to go for a standard process lah. Okay, so to use up to 80k of patient's funds, and then usually applications will take 4 to 6 weeks. Okay, then yeah, so standard is 3 to 4 months, even worse. And this one, the fees is only $40. And whereas this standard process fees can be much more lah. So if you actually do a LPA, probably less than $100 for the entire thing. Okay, then your donees or whoever don't need to go through this process. Okay, so how do you actually make a LPA? So now LPA is online already. You cannot do it offline. You need to do it online. Okay, so you need to decide whether you want the person to make decisions for you based on personal welfare or property and affairs. Most people choose both because it's like no point just giving one, right? Okay, I don't know up to you. Okay, so if you're more than one donee, you can decide whether they act jointly or jointly and severally. Okay, then you first need to go to this OPGO website. Later I'll go through how it works on the OPGO website. So you can draft your LPA upon logging in, and then donee can accept the appointment. Okay, then after that you need to go and see either a doctor there's AMD or a lawyer or a registered psychiatrist that are this certificate issuer lah. Okay, so the cheapest option will be to visit a doctor. Okay, then after that you certify. Once the doctor certifies it, it will be submitted to OPGO for registration. Okay, so once after registration is done, then the digital LPA is ready already. Okay, so before I go to the OPGO website, I will show you about the certified issuers fees. Okay, so basically, right, last time if you register on this, this LPA OPGO website is new lah. So last time, I mean in future, if you miss the deadline of 2025, you need to pay a fee to register your LPA. But for now, it's free. But then you still need to pay for the certificate issuer. So this certificate issuer, depending on which one you choose lah, this will be how expensive it is. So like say cheapest will be accredited doctors, $25 to $59. Okay, so these are some of the samples that I got myself from my neighborhood clinic, which I live in Tampines lah. Okay, so the cheapest that I can find is $35 before GST. So I don't need the doctor to explain anything, so I just think this is the cheapest that I can go for. So you can see that the range is $50, $88, $75, even $80 lah. Okay, yeah. So like I mentioned, OPG has extended this LPA form waiver until 31st March 2026 lah, to encourage more Singaporeans to plan ahead and to apply for LPA. So this is a government subsidy, so it's free lah. So normally you need to pay this LPA fee table. So if you're not Singaporean citizens, then you do need to pay to make a LPA registration. Okay, so other than this certificate issuer fees, you still need to pay this making a LPA lodgement fee lah. Okay, so this is the old form that is in paper form, which is no longer in use already because now we are using all the digital ones. Okay, so form 1 is the simple one like just say you let them manage all your affairs and everything, which is those two things. Then if you want to grant them like more specific kind of powers, then you use form 2 lah. Okay, so Later I'll run through the OPG website. Okay, so yeah, let's go to the OPG website. Okay, so you just Google OPGO, Office of the Public Guardian Online. Then you can apply your LPA. Okay, so just straight away click on apply, log in with your SingPass. Okay, so here click on apply for LPA. Let's begin. So this digital LPA is only for Form 1 so you are for submitting Form 2, it's I think it's an offline process. Yeah, not very sure about that. Because I believe most people making Form 1 not so boliao, make so many things, like you're already mentally incapacitated, still want to like think so many things. Okay, up to you. Yeah, so your donee must be age 21 and above. Please have your donee full name, NRIC, mobile number, all these things ready. Okay, so you can grant your donee powers to make personal welfare or property affairs decision. Okay, yeah, so okay, yeah, so actually if you don't want to be a donee, you can straight away give notice that you don't want to be a donee lah. Okay, so make sure you actually ask your donee before you submit this LPA. Yeah, you may apply a replacement donee. Okay, so like I mentioned, the LPA Form 1 fees is waived for this period until 31st March 2026. Okay, so if you are PR, there's fees, foreigner, there is fees. Okay, then after that, the certificate issuer, that one no choice no matter what, is not waived, you still need to go and visit to pay. Okay, let's start. Okay, so basically all these details will be retrieved from your SingPass because already use SingPass lah. So yeah, just make sure check through all these things are correct. So if everything is correct, then you click on continue. Then you can see this page is where you appoint your donee. So need to get ready their full name as in NRIC, email address, local mobile number. Then your donee relationship is your who lah. So if it's a non-family member or whatever, also can. Yeah, if your friend also can. But some people just don't have family members. Yeah. So once you type in everything, click on continue. Okay, so once you click on continue, you can read all these questions and answer accordingly lah. So do you allow your donee to give or refuse consent to start or continue your treatment, including clinical trials? Yeah, sure, of course. Then property and affairs. Do you require a donee to seek the court's approval to blah 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 blah? So of course, if you want to give full so if you want to give full power, just click on no. If you don't want to give full power, then you say yes, for which property they need to seek the court's approval lah. Okay, so do you allow your donees to make cash gift on your behalf from your assets? So if you want, you can just, if you want, you just click yes lah, unrestricted. If you want, you can also restrict the value of the gift per calendar year. That's quite funny. Yeah, if you don't want your donees to give cash gifts, you can click no lah. Okay, yeah, so once it's done, click on continue. Okay, so would you like to appoint a replacement donee? So this one, if you appointed your spouse, then next time your spouse unable to act, you can appoint replacement donee as your kid lah. Okay, so yeah, you can click on a replacement donee. Yeah, so once you fill out all these replacement donee, click on continue. Okay, so once you're done, they will ask you to review your LPA and inform your family members of this LPA. Okay, so they know that you have already made this LPA and they don't get a shock when somebody else is acting on behalf of you when anything happens lah. Okay, so these are the power to do anything necessary: sign by deed, claim, receive money payable to me, attend and vote at meetings, obtain information, release information, read the information, blah 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 blah, read above. Okay, so notify donees. Okay, so once you click on this, the people that you write in above, the two donees and the replacement donee, the donee and the replacement donee will be notified. Okay, now I click confirm. Okay, so they say LPA has been sent to your donees. Remind your donees to accept the appointment. Once all donees are accepted, you bring this mobile phone to visit the CI, so the doctor, and then yeah, you are done. So it will show like that lah. Draft pending donees accepted, created on when, last updated when. Okay, so if you don't like, you just send for fun, just cancel the draft lor. Yeah, so let's end with this quote. 10 years too early is better than 1 day too late. Okay, so this is the same with insurance, same with wills, same with LPA. So everything too early is better than too late. But 1 day, even 1 day too late is really just too late. Okay, because anything can happen anytime. Like things, you go on holiday, you think everything will be smooth, and then I mean there are examples of how the whole family gone during a holiday. So yeah, so nothing is, I mean, to me, everything too early is better than too late lah. Okay, so yeah, feel free to share this video if you felt this was useful. Any questions, please drop me DM on Telegram, okay? Okay, that's the end for today. So hope you guys have learned something new from this video. Okay, if any questions, comments, leave it down below. Okay, please help to like and subscribe. Till next time, bye everyone.